Hey, Omoni, how are you doing?
Hello.
It's so fun having you.
Yeah, so
I'm
we're
tired of
very
talking to these two people all the time.
We're very
Let's have a different
bad at this thing because we are supposed to introduce the podcast and all of those things. Maybe by the time we've done it for a year, we will better.
Who makes these rules?
Let's attempt it.
Who makes these rules?
Omoni, hi. Would like to invite you to
But she's
meet and
here.
greet.
I don't understand.
And you're now in the middle of the meet and greet now. Welcome to meet and greet.
That's true. When I told her to come, I didn't tell her the name of the podcast.
I'm like, meet and greet what?
So sorry. Okay. So let's start again.
We are bad.
So now, this is the system. Nora,
Okay.
right? All of this is technically meet and greet.
Oh,
It's
really?
a show where we talk about industry stuff.
You see how much I love you guys? I didn't even know what it was and I showed up.
Oh,
Yes, I
we
mean,
love you too.
I
This
mean,
is fun,
yes.
fun,
See,
fun behavior.
us too, we showed we loved you because we put your two of your posters on
Yes,
the
so
wall.
yes, so love is all my wife and I.
Yeah.
But
There's
also-
one missing.
But I also realized that
Mom's at work.
all the films we have done with Omoni, we have put her with husband. Maybe the next one, she should not be
Bye,
married.
Moms
by
that watch
myself.
was with Funke. That's
I'll
the
be
best
bad
thing.
But she had
myself.
husband too now.
With two guns.
Terrible husband.
I don't
Gone.
know.
Blazing. Oh,
Gone.
okay. All
Gone.
right.
You want to do action movie?
Action movie.
I know what fits me.
No.
Well, I mean, hello.
Damola, stop it.
It's possible.
No, but no.
It's
no.
possible.
When you say Damola, it's like, well, yeah. What is that?
Like, he's-
I will shock
No,
you.
we'll record the fight in slow
Don't
motion,
worry,
then
I'll
we'll
shock
speed it
you.
up.
Damola, I will shock you.
No, I
I will
think
embarrass you. Don't worry.
yes,
I'll
last
worry.
action hero. So you'd be like, I'm just tired of killing all these
If
people.
I don't
man.
kill all these people,
Dead.
I'm gonna shock you guys.
Done.
Don't worry.
So I can imagine. So Omoni's like, so I'm going to direct this one too, and she'll be like, I'm directing my fight scenes. We're like, are you sure?
But I'll be there to champion you. Always.
That's why I love
That's
you.
true. Remember when we did the first Moms Award, and I was like, so Zulu is going to produce for. She's like, Naz, we have a producer. I'm like, yes, we do too. Yes, because I don't think you guys had met.
No, we hadn't.
Yeah, because you were having Lolia on My Wife and I. Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
Lolia being my daughter.
Wait,
Yes.
that's the second time you've given birth on a set.
Now, wow, not on a set.
But in and around the set,
Why-
while we were
I mean,
shooting
my
the
life
movie.
the
is
process
set work,
of-
right?
mean,
So,
but I
yeah.
don't understand. It's film. Like, does life stop when we are making film?
No.
I don't know, you can take a break from shooting.
That's like Omoni who took a break to have 10 children before she came back.
Hey.
10.
Is it not 10?
Now for you.
Hey,
She's your family member.
slander.
They used to say 4, and I'll be like, okay, maybe they're adding my husband.
But 10.
Technically,
he now
you
sees
know, we can
double.
add him
But
to.
10,
He sees double.
We have multiplied, double.
But wait, you took
maybe
a
the twin girls.
Yes.
But
Is it
still,
really
won't be
coming?
10.
It's not coming. Omoni, give up.
Omoni keeps
I'm
trying to steal
adults.
children who are daughters. Haven't you not noticed? She just, anytime she sees a young girl, we're like, stay away from
Would
her.
you like to adopt Zulu's children?
Zulu won't give me.
See what
No
really?
need. She's not gonna give me. I
You have
already
a
know.
boy if you want. You can
Yeah,
come and have him.
Hello.
She has 3.
Just say if you can add one more.
No,
Just
thank
for a
you.
while.
You're way too kind.
Yeah, I'm just, we will
I should be talking with Naz, not you.
buy one get one free.
No, I don't.
Wow.
So I would just have to have a legal disclaimer. Inkblot does not support the buying or selling of children. So if you are watching this on YouTube, you'll see a disclaimer pop up. If you are listening to the audio, pim.
Okay.
Oh wait, you took time off to have kids. How long?
About 10 years.
Shy.
That's how long we've been
That's
in
why you said
existence.
10 kids.
Wow.
Man, this work, man.
Yeah.
This work.
And what was your comeback? Was Figurine, right? Or was it Uncle Baby?
So it was neither of those, but those were like the spotlight films.
Okay.
Yeah. So Figurine and then Uncle Baby. So I always say that Figurine was what pretty much brought me out, but then Uncle Baby put the icing on the cake.
Okay.
Now I won't lie to you.
She has
Figurine
practiced
was-
the line. Let the line sing.
No,
that's why she's a writer, producer, director, actor. You see how the line just rolled.
No, but for me it was that Figurine was like my very first movie where people used to talk about Omoni Oboli and I was like, okay. Then my friend was like, oh, that's Omoni Oboli. And I was like, oh, the lady in Figurine? Yes. Because that was like the biggest thing for me then.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Was it easy? Was the comeback easy?
At all. Ooh, child, that's probably one of the most difficult things I've ever had to do.
I can imagine.
Because, I was coming back as an actor and all the girls were pretty much established. I don't know how to explain it. It's weird. Now it's different. When I first came back, it was like nobody wanted to give any new person a chance. It was like there were the girls and that was it. There was no room for a new girl. And who remembers you from 10 years before? Come on. So I was the new girl, right? And nobody was really willing to give me a chance. So it was really tough. So they started to write scripts. And I'll just give them to producers. Like, you know what, don't pay, just put me inside the film. It's okay.
But you know, that's the amazing thing about you.
Yeah.
Like, you basically started to do it for yourself.
I was like, just take it. I'm not, I don't want money. Just put me in the film, you know? So that's how I started to, you know, do one or two things. And then, of course, figurine came and...
Oh, wow.
I mean, because we always talk about Reese Witherspoon in Hollywood about building your own table. But you literally built your own table.
Table, chair, painted the room, sir.
I mean, so basically, okay, so it's very interesting because we met at TIFF, right? Yes. And I told
Stop! Don't tell that story again.
No, I have to tell you.
He says every single time.
No, this is not that one. Not that one.
There's another one.
There's another one.
So,
no, you know this one obviously because you lived it. So, after she yelled at me for not marketing the arbitration, right? It was, she was supposed to come for the premiere. You know, then we're all trying to sell our tickets. And so, we gave her the ticket. You have to pay for the ticket to give it away. We gave her the ticket. She didn't come to the thing. She then said she had a bad neck.
So yours
I did have a bad neck.
Who did we see at the party that night? The person with the bad neck. I mean,
but you know, it might,
bad neck does get better.
God bless you.
It depends on
I'm
when.
That's why I like Zulu.
I'm here for you.
I mean,
It depends on when the
neck was
pain
bad.
reliever. It depends on when the pain reliever kicks in.
Wait, exactly. You wake up in the morning, your neck is hurting because you slept bad. You know, so you're like, I'm going to cancel all my activities for the day because you know how TIFF was. It was pretty hectic.
But just hold on to the party, just in case it's better.
No, I didn't hold on. No, Zulu, you are my side.
I'm on your side.
Wait now.
And
then, you know, as the day went on, I cancelled everything. And my neck started to get better. And I was like, is it party tonight?
Were you expecting her to
Let's
be
go
sick
to the
forever?
party. I don't know.
I'm just saying,
What's wrong with
if
you?
you had a stiff neck, can you party to 3 in the morning?
Yes.
if you take
It got better. I took Tylenol.
if you take Telenol at 2
And you need to be
p.m.
dancing
by
like that
5
so that
p.m.
your
it
head
will take
is...
effect. You can go to the party and party till morning.
Exactly.
Then by 3 a.m. it will
Omoni
wear
won
off.
this
I was
argument,
telling
don't
Nat
worry.
that you're a good guy. He was doubting me. Look at
No,
this.
I mean, see,
No,
this
just
is
take a look.
so Damola is joining you people in the conspiracy. That's what is happening. I'm just telling
Okay,
you.
I apologize. I'm sorry. You're not a forgive person.
Now I'm on the spot.
But
It's over 5 years though.
But I don't-
But I was going to say I forgave you, but I remember that the movie we put you in was my wife and I. So clearly we were working out some issues. Because I remember when Oboli letting her to sit like a man was one of the funniest things. Because she kept trying to practice. Is this how men sit? I'm like,
I've never been a man before.
It's natural. I know you open your leg, you put your hands in between.
that is how she was
punch your
practicing.
shoulder.
Like
You
literally,
know,
she
this is simple.
I'm like, I'm such a girly girl. Like, to be a man was so tough. I'm like, okay, all right, how do they walk? How do they...
You
While
pulled
Ramsey
it
on the other hand, quickly started dropping his wrist became limp.
Ramsey had a lot of fun.
And I said to him, Ramsey, that's not how I behave. I'm not a wrist dropping girl. So if you're trying to be like me, don't drop
wrist. How about that?
Ramsey dropped those lips quickly. Papa then said sway hips too.
Do I sway my hips, Ramsey?
I think one of the things that was also fun was that the physical comedy part, because people don't really think that Nigerian things are physical comedy, the slapstick, but not the pratfalls and all of those things.
Yeah.
So the scenes where you're doing your hair, trying to work in heels, all those things, it got a little bit of physical comedy, which was why when we did Moms at War, we had no problem throwing you in the pool because
And you snatched that wig.
I had to. I really had to.
May I have a question?
I set you up though. I told Funke to snatch your wig
Are you
first.
for real?
Yes.
Oh.
And she did it very well, but I forgot that you could retaliate.
Like, okay, now let's go wigless.
I heard someone lady say that the reason why she doesn't wear wigs is because of her sharp mouth, so that nobody will not come and snatch her wig off.
A wise lady.
This is why.
Come and snatch your wig off.
No, the trick is just to make sure your hair is properly laid underneath. So that when they snatch it, you
still follow up.
Snatch him.
Unless if your hair is not looking nice on it, they snatch you, you now look like a witch. You don't want that.
So can I just say one thing about Moms at War? 4 years later, I was right about the ending that you guys made me change in the meeting room.
I understand. But let me explain.
He was not right. It's not that people that are on his team are loud mouthed.
Exactly. Let me explain something to you. Nigerians are funny people. Oh. If you had used that your ending,
They might still have come for us.
They would have come for us. So,
But they came for us more.
how do you know that? We didn't use the other ending. So how do you know
How
that?
do you know?
Exactly.
So you know I'm a pastor's son.
Oh.
I saw the future.
That's what the people will say.
We shut you down though.
No. So I mean, I remember when we sent you the script and you were like, "There's no person that can play this role," and it was the Funke, and she wasn't available. Remember?
Yeah.
So she actually turned it down first.
Yes.
And then we were like, okay, fine. Omoni was like, I can play Raz. Have you not seen First Lady? Which we have. I mean, you should play. I wouldn't say you should play prostitute again, but that came out wrong.
But if
Well,
you
why you're
look
trying to say I'm a good prostitute?
You see,
You were also a good prostitute.
Wait, no, literally.
Yes, so clearly,
an older prostitute.
you walked into that one. You walked into that one. You were the one that suggested. We just backed it
I
up.
forgot.
Yes,
Let's take it back. And then what were you saying?
so basically, yes. Now, I mean, I remember, and then we're like, okay. Then we went the other route. You are going to play the Raz mother, and we're like, well,
Wait, so who was going to replace Funke?
Don't
obviously
worry.
we can't say
Don't say,
that. I don't
I
understand.
don't understand. What
Trouble? No, see, that's why we don't let him to come to the Nollywood parties. I mean,
Why you don't use to filter your milk?
No, that was just, I was a question.
Don't worry.
so anyway, when that one didn't work, Omoni was like, let's try Funke again. Maybe she's available now.
Yeah.
And she was.
Yeah.
I mean, and so much so that they're harassing me for Mom's Award too.
Yeah.
Theme that we did not write for sequel,
Yeah.
theme that ended in a bow.
Yeah.
So when are the further adventures of
Yeah.
these two people?
Who's asking for this?
Everybody.
They ask, well, so you know that's the problem. If you have 3 million followers, you will know.
Everybody.
So please help me. Help me get to 1,000. Just help me get to
The boy,
1,000.
you've not reached 1,000.
Actually, I think I'm more than 1,000. I think I'm more than 1,000.
No,
Okay, help me get to
you cannot be
5,000.
up to 1,000.
Let me get to
check,
5,000.
It's not up to
check.
1,000.
Let's be sure.
Wait, Damola 5.
That's how internet will now come and misbehave.
Damola 555.
Damola 5.
I know she doesn't follow you. Okay,
Yeah.
so basically, Damola, let's guess. How many followers do you think Damola has on Instagram?
1,150.
How many followers?
Maybe 722.
So,
Yeah.
Damola, how many followers do you think you have on Instagram?
Let me just buy that.
Are you really stuttering?
Check it.
Oh my God.
Was I right?
796.
See, almost 800. What do you mean?
So
Almost 800.
So maybe Zulu is the real person that sees the spirits.
Yeah, so Zulu is always right.
You're
So
close.
let me tell you.
I think he threw me up when he said it was up to 1,000.
Okay, help me get to 5,000.
But how does it feel?
Pay me.
Sitting
Let me
beside
get
3 million.
3
You
million.
think, I mean,
It's more than
it's more than 3 million.
3 point something.
You see?
So one question is this: how do
Even
people
your
get-
point something is not your.
No, but your point something is not up to. So let's be
Wait, let's
humble.
Wait,
finish.
now wait.
Wow,
When
what
you're
about
facing
Damola
first one
here?
person.
I remember when we were talking about marketing. I can't remember what it was. I can't remember one of the films, and we were like, "No, we're all going to push. No, us the Inkblot will push." And then somebody looked at me and was like, "Yes, you people will push."
I didn't say it with you people. I just said that when he said that she was going to push, I said, okay, no problem.
the
I
shade.
know where. I know
But
where.
Holy
it was said with love because somebody has been yelling at us for years to push out our brand a bit more.
We tried now. The
But
Inkblot
you
page
have now.
has
Like, you guys are
1,000.
phenomenal.
1,000.
Oh,
We have
No,
1,000.
When
really
we
have.
reached 15,000, we threw a party.
You did?
No, we
No,
didn't.
we
We threw, but we thought about it.
have
Yeah,
we
no,
reached
I
15,000?
think we reached
We did.
15,000. The one I'm waiting for is when we do 20,000, then we'll get balloon. That balloon, 20K.
20,000
20K.
followers.
Then we'll now be showing
What's the
confetti.
Backlash.
And then we say we're coming for you guys.
We're
man.
coming.
I love it. I love it.
20,000.
No, but because how do you get that many followers?
It's not even that many. I mean, there are people who have like double, triple.
You see,
like-
that's the long throat that they say in Nigeria. Why are you looking in front of you?
Can I just look at the person in front? If I'm looking at the person in front of me, I look at the person that has 5,000. So let me even just try and aspire.
Sorry.
And to inspire.
And inspire.
I have to perspire.
How do I get 13,000 followers?
13,000.
Just pay me.
13 million.
I will help you. Just pay me. I will help you. I will blow you. I'll blow you.
But can you deal with being blown? Because the stories I hear from
It's
their
not-
side.
It's not. I mean, you know,
Now you guys
But let's
are
focus
supposed
on the
to,
good.
the good. Yeah.
There's the good.
Yeah, the good.
That's
focus
good
on
now.
the
When you want to
good.
put your movie out, you tell
Let's
them,
do it.
people will show up in the
Yeah.
cinema.
When you want to do TikTok dance with your son.
You know, people will be there, just, brand will be throwing money at you. You have this many
I think
followers.
you know
So
the
there is
answer.
the
Just
good.
make your page interesting. Omoni's page is interesting.
They know we'll still follow
Do
them,
TikTok
but
dance. Oh,
Don't worry.
Don't worry.
No,
I'm buying a stripper pole next. And I'll now be showing people
Then
moves.
they will follow you.
They'll follow me. At least.
Yes.
It might not be the right
The stripping
audience.
producer.
Maybe he'll change his handle to
Yes.
that.
So let's
Oh, my
talk
word.
about your book.
Yeah.
Such a fun, quick read because, like, you will not even drop it; you just be turning and turning. But like, why do you feel like you needed to put your story out there in that way?
You know,
Especially because you're a movie maker, you could have done film,
You can don't
I
film.
know.
biopic.
Yeah.
Are we making
But you
film of
chose-
the book?
So I'm looking to make a film of a chapter of the book, Sister Lizzie.
Oh,
Yeah. So
okay, that's
my
your
mom's
mom.
story, which I just pretty much just touched on in the book, but it's so big.
Oh, that would be
So yes,
beautiful.
that's one thing I'm thinking of doing at some point in my life. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the other thing is this: when I came to the launch of the book, it was clear that you censored yourself in the book, as real as it is, that there are stories underneath. Because we pay attention, it was so clear that if you told the second level
won't
of
be
those
able to
stories,
handle it, right?
so there has to be, maybe when you're older, you give less fucks.
Yeah.
Pardon my French.
Yeah.
So there's an uncensored
Yeah.
version in 10 years.
Yeah.
We are waiting for it.
Okay.
We're
True.
waiting.
You're absolutely right. There is.
So
There is.
why did you choose to do so?
So, so much had happened. I was turning 40, obviously. I wanted to do something that I could remember.
I'm sorry, hold on. The face of a 40-year-old. I'm just, please just carry on, please.
Thank you. So I was turning 40.
It wasn't your face we were talking about. Damola. And
They said claim it. They said claim it.
So luckily, then the people who are listening on audio are blessed because you did not just see that.
Yeah, so I was turning 40 and I wanted to do something that I could remember my 40th by. And a lot had happened in my life in the last year or two before, before I was turning 40. I went through that Okafor's Law saga, very public, very all over the place, I lost my dad shortly after, so I was not in a good place for a very long time. And then I started to heal before I turned 40. And I just thought to myself, you know what? Maybe I should write something that would help other people as well. If I tell some of my life story, like you already said, is very censored. If I tell some of it, it might help people that are going through similar things, or it would motivate someone. But obviously, I wasn't born with a silver spoon. Duh. As in, the plastic, in short, wood is, so my parents were separated when I was a baby. I never knew my dad and my mom together. Like, I was literally a baby when they got separated, so had to be raised by my mom. My dad was in the picture off and on, but as I got older, I got close to my dad. Like, I always loved my dad. I was a daddy's girl. I was that girl who wanted her dad to always come back home at night and bring her presents and all of those things. But I didn't have that. So every once in a while, my dad would come. It was like Christmas came early. So I got closer to him, and then our relationship was really amazing. I got married, but we were still like really, really close. And then suddenly he just passed, like really sudden, accident, and he died in a matter of hours. And that just really, it felt like someone literally pulled the carpet from under me, and I just couldn't take it. So remember, I was still dealing with Okafor's Law, to be honest. Yes, we had now shown the movie in the cinema, so we won the first victory, but the battle was still very long, And then that happened, so it was like, oh my gosh,
what's going on?
So it took me a while to get myself back, because I really, 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 really just like got scattered or messed up, So I decided, writing that book was part of my healing process.
Got it.
Because I started to realize that healing didn't mean that the pain stopped existing. And that's in my book as well. It just means that the pain doesn't control your life anymore. Because the pain was literally controlling my life at a point. And I started to get panic attacks. Like, I never knew what panic attacks were. People talk about it. I see it in movies. I'm like, what's doing this one? Carry paper bag. What's that? Like, I didn't know what they were. I just heard about them. I read about them. I didn't know what they were. So my first panic attack, I literally thought I was dying.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and that was just before my dad's burial. In short, we had traveled, we flew to Benin, because I'm from Delta State, so we flew to Benin. So we're supposed to go by road to my village. It's like 45 minutes from Benin. But we passed through the caterers the lady who was going to cater my auntie passed through her place in Benin just to, sort of what's going on, blah, blah, blah. And so she gave us food, I ate and all that. And like 30 minutes after, I literally thought I was dying.
Oh, wow.
My first panic attack, I didn't know what it was. I was like, guys, I can't breathe. Like, I can't breathe. Like, I ran outside. Everyone came out like, what's going on? I'm like, I can't breathe. And I thought I was dying. Like, my heart rate shot up. Like, what's going on? Anyways, they calmed me down and all that. I slept a bit. I woke up and it started again. In short, everybody said, let's go to the hospital. Because I didn't know what was going on. So we got to the hospital and they were like, okay, this is what it is. So they gave me drugs to calm me down and blah, blah, blah. And there's something to make me sleep. But I was fighting the sleep because I was like, what if I sleep and die?
Oh, right. I can imagine.
What's going on, So I finished. Yeah, so I did that. Went for my dad's burial. Still had a few panic attacks along the way. Came back to Lagos. Went to see a heart doctor, cardiologist, because I was like, I don't know what's going on. This is ridiculous. And then he was like, these are panic attacks. It's nothing more. I know that you feel like you're dying, but you're not. Like, something has to have happened recently that triggered it. So I told him what happened. It's like, yeah, that's the trigger. But you'll be, just know that you'll be fine, but you have to control it, So it's a weird thing. It's not a physical condition, but it manifests physically.
Yes.
So weird.
But guess what? A lot of things manifest physically.
Yeah.
Just,
And you were still working.
Yes.
Yeah, so how did you balance the mental? People, ain't nobody is about your life. So how do you manage that tension of having to be professional while all of these things are
like a swan.
Like, how are you figuring out
Pretty
that?
above
Because
the water,
you have to
paddling
perform.
furiously.
Like, how does that affect the way you... Like, how do you
affect your craft?
Yes, how do you balance both those things and still work at the high level that you work at?
So that's the thing. Our work, right? It goes on.
Yeah.
It honestly really doesn't matter what's going on in your life. You have to just find a way to compartmentalize it. Like, you know what? It's time for work. I'm going to pack this and put it here.
Back burner.
And leave it there. When I'm done with work, I can
focus.
deal with that. But I'm not gonna bring this into the work. It's not possible, because if you do, then you're going to just fall apart and you'll not be able to do your work.
But then there's no way it doesn't bleed, right?
I mean, so every once in a while it will. That's the honest truth, because we're human. So every once in a while, maybe something happens on set that triggers something, and then I would just sort of fade out, so people don't realize anything's happening. You know what I mean? You don't. I mean, it's not the kind of thing you want people to know, because most times you're literally leading the set, right? So, and I'm a firm believer that it trickles, right, from the head. So whatever vibes or feng shui you're giving, everyone is gonna just
receive it.
So I always want to make sure that my vibe is positive, is
upbeat.
100, so that, it trickles down.
But then this is something that happened to us. Like, when we did the show we can't talk about, obviously, there was something that was like, they were like, everybody's looking up to you, and you guys need to be very, very protective about your mental health.
Yeah.
Tell us if you have a thing. And we've been doing this thing for 10 years.
14
You people have done more than, but that conversation has never happened.
Yeah.
The assumption
Someone's talking about mental health.
that you have to protect it and that it is important and all of those things.
Very.
There's something we learned. I mean, because Nollywood, we had to go back during the Pakuromo and be shooting, etc., because everybody has to make a living. There's an actual medical condition for people who have to work that is normally in essential workers, which is, and there's a technical name, but it's broadly the fear of getting COVID. That you are paralyzed because you are worried about that. And it was something that apparently happens to people. Like, and I'm sure that in Nigeria, we all had it, having to go back to set, but nobody, it was never a thing.
We don't talk about mental health.
We don't talk
We
about
don't
things
talk
generally.
about mental health in Nigeria.
Yes.
Generally.
People don't talk about it. Like I always say, there's so many people having mental health issues that are going around every day, and nobody knows. Nobody talks about it. It's almost as if it's a taboo. How can you say you're depressed? You're not depressed in Jesus' name. Hey.
I see everything you have. Look at who you are,
Yeah.
Do you understand? But you really are very,
But
very
last,
unhappy.
all of us are mad.
To actually do Nollywood, you have to be.
No, you have to have a certain level of madness.
Do you remember that video that Omoni posted of her fighting with area boy?
Oh, I love it. It was a
Yes.
champion video because all of us
It was
At
she
some
was
point.
us.
She was us.
At some point, you've had
No,
to deal with
see,
area
they were,
boys.
no, they were.
At some
I
point.
didn't post the bad part of the video. It's a good part.
You
that
get
post
to
saw.
real racks like
Hey,
fisticuffs.
The crew. I don't think you were on that set. The crew, they were like, how is this you know or someone that I say you don't want to see my mad? Like, I literally thought I was going crazy.
Your worry.
The guy said he was going to break my camera. I don't understand. I said, you want to die? And you know how you see a tiny woman, area boy, area boys, they feel like that. You just one tiny woman saying, I said, you kill everybody here today. Watch my camera, they will all die.
Now die with day.
I mean, so the funny thing is, I visited them on that set. It was literally 10 minutes away from where we shot out of Vlog Zulu. So it was in that Alpha Beach area. And so I think I visited you the day before it happened.
Oh, it must
Yes,
have been.
because it was around that time, and I was like, and it was an uncompleted building they were shooting at, like shades of when we shot out of Vlog.
Yeah.
And then literally the next thing we saw video, get away from.
But really, what's the best and worst part of production or directing in Nigeria?
So money, obviously. We never have enough money.
Yeah, we never.
Let's not even kid ourselves. We never have 10% of what we actually
Need.
really need. So
Need
money
or not
is-
want.
Yeah, need, want. Who is looking at want? Want is like it's a luxury. Need, so we're constantly trying to be creative with what we have. You need to do something with ₦1 million and you have 10,000 naira. It's literally that bad. So you have to be creative. You have to find ways to work around it. That of course is our biggest problem. Then of course we have security and our area boys issues. And of course electricity.
Oh, it's a chunk of funds.
Oh my gosh, it's location. I was going to say, do you know that? Keme, you were on that set now. They locked us up inside one.
Yes, you told us now.
Hey, they should locked 40-something people inside
the
one
location.
house. All the windows were shut. We couldn't. They now turned off the gen.
This was pre-COVID.
I was screaming. I was like,
Just to let everybody know.
It was pre-COVID. I was like, if anything happens, if there's a fire, how are we going to get out? This is a health risk. Health house. Last I had to call police. It was police that came to settle us because we locked us inside.
Oh my goodness! I think there's so much that goes on behind the scenes that's even more fun than
That
what we're
I
actually putting
swear.
out because really,
And people don't
if
know
people
these
hear the
things.
stories,
So, and one of the things that I find about Nola is that it welcomes, like once you have 1 or 2 war stories, you're part of us. Because it's like trading war stories is part of how how we bond. Because if you hear someone say, "Oh yeah, I had $5 million to shoot and it was a breeze," you're not one of us.
Yeah.
Not.
When is that? When the police put the gun on me, this is what I said. Hey, you are my brother.
You have area boy issues. They chased you off a set.
Police will not come and bring their own. Police
Yes.
did one like that to us on Admiralty when we're shooting their shower story.
First lady.
First lady. So of course we had like prostitutes like on the street. Blah, 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 we're shooting. Police now came. Why are we shooting here? We're not supposed to shoot. Blah, blah. I'm like, I don't understand, Oga. I pay my taxes. We have to meet. Lagos is for all of us. I don't understand why. This is my office. I'm at work. This is my office. Then he cocked his gun. He cocked his gun. It was the sound of the cocking of the gun, and I went crazy.
Oh, you meant you not even mellow.
No, I went crazy.
No, that was.
I don't even understand what happened
That's
to me.
the part I now start to
lost
say,
it.
Sam.
I really did lose it. I was like, Oga, how many bullets do you have? I said, because you must kill everybody. Make sure that not one person is left. Because if one person is left, you are dead. Make sure that you have enough bullets to kill all of us. You're cocking your gun on me. I'm a taxpaying citizen. Hey, even the policeman was like,
I don't want to go on of your crew.
Something must be wrong.
I don't want to go on of your crew. Area boy come, you must kill all of us. Police come, you must kill all of us. Where did I sign up for all of this?
So basically, yes, in fact,
all of this.
So actually, no, I take that back. We've worked on 2 films together. We are planning many more. So be worried when it is a Dioni Visions production alone. When it is joint ahead, then you can come. So one of the things that Damola has always wanted to ask you is not me. Let me just say that it's not me.
So why is it you asking?
Because Damola is using me as a stalking horse. Of all the products that you advertise on Instagram, which one is your favorite?
For real?
Damola said
What kind of question is that? Damola, what do you want to do with the answer?
I'm sure that I will know which one to buy. Or which one to recommend to somebody, that kind of thing. So that
I like everything that I advertise.
Of course, it goes without saying.
you have like
You're among family.
Okay, I'm a diamonds girl. So I love Boss diamonds. You can see I'm wearing.
Yes, I noticed
This is my
ageless.
ageless diamond. Yeah, this is ageless as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
for
you have 3
the
million
people
followers.
who are broke, who cannot do diamond,
They also have regular stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's regular stuff for broke.
I didn't say brocade. You're the one that said it.
No, what I'm saying is that like they can afford that one too.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I've heard it here first.
All
So,
right.
so if you're not buying the diamonds, there's always
And
a
also
waist trainer.
Oh yeah. Oh. So by the time this comes out, my waist training brand.
Oh, you're not
will
doing
be
your-
released.
You have your own
And-
waist training
yes.
brand.
And she's going to give me the trainer.
So you have to now give us
The
product
belt.
sample. Yeah, you
It's
can see
out already.
Nazi's stomach needs some training.
Oh, so
no, mine is being trained
So
by
one of the funniest things that happened to me was that after people saw the poster, that the picture I posted on the Omogeto premiere, people called me and said, "Naz, are you okay?"
Why?
He was
I
looking.
put on so much weight
Wait,
by that
you
point.
lost
Yes,
some?
yes. So because my parents had to remind me that, Uncle, you are having high blood pressure at 26. You cannot be heavy like that. So I had to.
It was the whole sitting at home thing.
Yeah.
For a
yeah.
whole year.
Yes,
No,
yes.
so it was quite a
So
something.
you need my waist trainer. In other words.
Yes.
Yes.
Bottom
please.
line.
Right.
Yeah.
Please give him waist trainer. If you can get him slimming tea,
I do have
you
that.
can.
It's
Ah, but women will suffer. All the things we have to go through.
It's okay.
I don't understand.
It's okay for you. You have discipline. The rest of us,
No,
normal
it's
human
them
beings.
actor people. Yes, so remember all of us. Remember Tiff. All of us were slim. All the actors are still the same size.
Thank
the rest
you.
of us.
We saw a picture. Yes, we saw a picture from them.
Tiff. And
Every other person from that picture is fat, but the actors, they're still
still the same.
like,
In fact,
wow.
they look exactly
The
the
same.
same.
But
Yes,
is that
yes.
really is it a struggle for women to actually look that part in Nollywood, or do you think it's just personal?
It's not just Nollywood. It's all over the world. Actors constantly have to watch themselves because, as you know, the camera adds £10.
Oh, of course.
So if anything you add, it shows immediately on screen, and it looks bigger on screen than it is in real life. So that's why you have to keep. I don't know why they won't make cameras that will make you look slim. Somebody should just help us now.
No,
Because everything is filtered, right? They should just give us,
Slimming lens.
Slimming
you
lens.
know,
No.
that will just help the stomach.
maybe that and Morphic lens that
cheeks.
that one that they gave you to shoot. Did you return it?
Now what for you?
But I returned it.
No, because I honestly thought that it was a gift.
Now we never use and shoot every film.
Because you won it. What film did you win? Did you win the right to use
I
it?
think the First Lady.
Yes, I remember you won the, and I was like, oh great, she won the lens. They're so expensive, 100K.
It's just for your
She
next
told me it was just for your
project.
next. I was like,
I
wow.
wish you would pay insurance. Now, wow, okay, let's use the baking lobe. Let's say we'll not use them, but it came out so good.
Oh yes, and I'm off because I'm a first
Oh
floor
my
now.
gosh,
Yeah.
yes. Came out so
Yeah.
the picture was
So
beautiful.
let me tell you something that I have never told you before.
Let's
So
hear it.
at the
My
premiere of Okafor's Law, I fell asleep. Not
You now came to
because
say
And
it on
this guy says
camera.
he's your friend.
not
And he's
because
not saying
You now
in front
came
of
to
all
say
of these
not
people.
because the movie didn't work. I liked the movie. It was this. Like I was significantly jet lagged, so I was falling asleep on every premiere. So when you asked when I said I loved every minute of it, I was probably lying because there are some minutes that I was asleep for.
There's not the criteria for this podcast is not that you should be very honest.
Tell me to close my
You
mouth.
don't have to say the truth.
You know, so
Nobody asked you.
we shall edit this part out. You know, we'll cut it out.
No, because you know, I think it's
So did
important.
you watch the movie afterwards?
Yes, no.
Okay.
I saw it in cinema and then I saw it on Netflix. Because one of the things when we were trying to cast, funny enough, I actually saw it for Who's the Boss because you casted. Hey, I keep saying casted like a villager. No, us wooden spoon boners.
You
Yes.
you cast.
So
This one that went to Ivy League school. You want to come and drag wooden spoon with me?
you can
Yeah,
aspire
Let
to
me accept
perspire.
Let me accept my wooden spoon.
So back to the funny, well, not related. Anyway, so Blossom was Terminator in
Oh,
Okafor's
yes.
Law,
Oh, yes.
and he was a reckless Lothario, etc., etc. And so the conversation was like Blossom normally plays straighter roles. So because I was like, can he let himself get there?
Yeah.
And so I literally watched Okafor's Law
To
to see basically like he had to play that kind of role. And
Who's the boss, right?
if he trusts himself, because one of the conversations that I had with him was that you need to trust yourself where you go, because there were 2 movies that reference to him, Okafor's Law and The Visit, where he plays against type for what he normally plays. And so he was like, yes, I want
But
to.
that's Omoni's strongest point.
Oh, yeah, of
Bringing out,
course.
like,
I love
watching
to do
you,
Yeah.
watching you on Love Is War when you were talking to, what's her name? The lady that played the herdsman, the farmer's wife.
Genevieve?
No, yeah, what's her name?
Yeah.
Maggie.
Some girl that won something.
Yes,
Yes.
we
we did like this whole
like star in the film.
Omoni
Yes.
needed her to weep.
yeah.
So Omoni, everyone was settled. Time to roll. Omoni knelt down with her and started to tell her sub stories, like deep things. And this girl, when tear kata, everything was just pouring out. And I was just like, wow. Because we had taken a take.
Eyes out.
Well, I think we had done a take before you did that, because you weren't getting what you needed. But that's just one example. Like normally women in film.
So,
This is why we need more female directors.
no, I mean,
but it's
Tell them,
to
tell
draw out
them,
those
tell
emotions.
them,
It's
tell
the
them,
truth.
tell them.
yeah.
It's
Tell
the
them, now,
truth.
give more opportunity to women. to
Omoni has
direct
directed 2
movies.
films.
Yes,
okay.
give
No,
more
wait, I'm coming.
opportunity to
Wait,
women.
we have done
That's
14
good
films.
with that.
I don't
Omoni
understand
has
why you're
done
calling
2.
Nazi's name. What are you doing?
Tokwe has done 2.
So why are you calling Nazi?
Kemi has done 1. Remy Original, that's 6. So that's actually 6 out of 14.
It's less than half.
That's we've dropped below 50%.
Wow,
Yes,
yes,
we have
because
done
we've done more
more
films.
films.
But the thing,
The last 4 were directed by
Right.
men.
but
You see?
the thing
Yes,
is,
the last 4.
Because I
the
know
thing
when
is
we
more
first
that we
started
actually need more numbers of women that we can work with, because we've worked with each woman multiple. Well,
Not
Nobody
maybe
says you shouldn't call them back.
no, we'll continue to.
Are you not working on something with us? Are you not?
Yeah,
No, because
and this
when
will be
we
the
first started
third thing,
Inkblot,
right?
we
Yeah.
essentially said 2 things. We'll do a lot for women. We'll do a lot in terms of women empowerment, and that we'll try and get more women to take on roles like directing,
Technical
and more
roles.
technical
Actually, it's
roles.
50%. I forgot Bumi, my wife, and I. So it's 7-7. Ha!
Oh yeah.
No, it's still 8-7.
No, it's 7. It's 14 films. It's 7-7.
Oh, sorry.
7-7.
7-7.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Yes.
Fine.
Ah.
We're 50%. Thank God. Thank God. we've stayed true to our word.
Unfortunately,
We've
we
stayed
know
true
what
to
we are
our
doing
word.
going in. So the next, we're not going to be on 50%.
No, we're still
No.
but
gonna be
we'll
50.
rectify it.
We'll still be on
We're
50.
50-50. But,
We're still 50.
but she's talking about
No,
the
no,
whole thing
the
we can't
ones
talk
we're
about.
doing.
Yeah.
So the fundamental thing,
No, not that. I mean, our slate.
No, our slate is 50-50.
We're still 50-50.
So the fundamental
Oh, it
thing,
is.
and we're having so much fun, and our producer is eyeing us. And so basically, you have to come back at some point because you're. I
I've
mean,
not even finished.
yes,
We haven't
and-
even started the story.
yeah. So we can literally, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this thing, because the things that matter to all of us are so, and we love this industry. And I think that's the thing that I like. What I love to like the love and passion we have for this thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't get
That's
part
what
2.
keeps us, right?
Yeah.
Yes, and I think that having you, especially the thing is that a lot of people, we don't have avenues, but Nollywood is not well documented. I think that's what it is.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
having someone like you who has, and you've bared your story, your life story, albeit very
Censored.
censored, you've been able to show us that, look, I struggled through the production of these things, through the directing of these films, right? And I was able to do it. So if you can, if you're in that mental state, take a chance. If you want to, I'm a woman, I'm doing this thing. If you want to be a woman behind the cameras, do it. If you want to be a woman in front of it, be an actress.
Yeah.
If you want to be producing, be you. So you have all these multi-hyphenated.
Triple threat, triple hyphenates.
Quadruple.
Quadruple, because writer,
Yes,
director,
writer.
producer, actor, which is really difficult.
Yes.
Because not
And
only
they're
have you
doing
written
it.
books, you've written a book, you've also written scripts.
Scripts, yeah.
You know?
Novelist even. So besides writer, there's novel.
Add that one to the
Let's
package.
No,
divide
she
it.
hasn't- so it's so funny when we and this is the last story I will end it. So we were so when I was before I did Hood, I said that, you know what, all of you leave me alone. I'm going to Toronto to go and refresh my soul as a filmmaker. Anyway, and some people whose picture was in TIFF didn't go to refresh themselves. They just went to be there as celebrity TIFF people. And some of us, so we were watching movies, talking, etc. And Omoni told me about a story that she has been trying to tell about a Nigerian Canadian experience. And I was looking at her like, sister, why have you not told it?
Even that struggle as well.
And let me just finish. And she told me that she doesn't think she's ready. And that imposter syndrome thing,
Yeah.
I mean, you have directed 10 films, you've acted in however many. Like, if you don't think you're ready, who is ready?
Yeah.
So I want to end this podcast piece by saying, make that film.
Make that film.
That's not Uncle Baby.
No,
that's not.
No, actually, it wasn't her. She has like an amazing story. Sorry, go.
Oh no. What I was just going to say is you actually don't even live here fully, and you do. No, accolades.
Thank you.
No. Seriously, you deserve your flowers right now. Like,
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Wow.
Thank you.
From the bottom of my heart. From the bottom of my heart. This is from me to you.
So Damola just gave Omoni a prop.
That's not his.
He stole a prop, and
He don't give her the book that can't open.
Like he has made her an accessory to a theft. That's his gift. All right, so that's our show, guys. Thank you very much, Omoni. We love you very much.
Thank you for having me. Guys.
I was going to say where can they find you, but everybody
knows where we can find you. 3 million followers.
I mean,
but still follow at Omoni Oboli
yes,
on Instagram. What's your Twitter?
Is it the same?
See,
unlike the rest
of serious people, not like our own.
Like on when we did our episode, realize that our handle is different on every platform.
Same on every platform.
Yeah.
Oh,
Twitter,
awesome.
all of them.
So Inkblot Presents is our main handle, Inkblot at YouTube, etc. I remember when we released Mom's Award and we were doing competition, so whose one will get the most views. We did not win. But we will win one day.
One day.
Maybe Mom's Award too.
Win one day.
All right, thank you all. Subscribe, like, comment, email, everything.
Please.
We're having so much fun doing this. We're not gonna stop. Thank you. God bless you. Good night.
Please come back.